Hello everyone, my name is Cody Wallace and I will teach you how to properly drive a stick shift. In 1980, J.D. Powers & Associates estimated that more than 35% of all cars sold were stick shift. By 2005, it is estimated that only 6% of all cars sold were stick shift. Everyone here at some point in life has wanted to learn how to drive a stick shift so bad. Seems like a barrier that you could accomplish with the right circumstances. Well, I worked valet for almost 2 years at possibly the busiest casino on the coast, the IP. So I know how to drive just about every type of vehicle there is. I will inform you of the history and the importance of driving this type of car, the proper way to start and drive this car, and how I learned to drive stick shift. To start off, I'd like to share with everyone a bit of the history of manual transmission vehicles and the importance of driving them. The first manual transmission vehicle was developed in 1894 by two French inventors named Louis-René Panhard and Emile Levasseur, according to an article on eHow.com. The design was tweaked and made better over time, and was made extraordinarily great in 1928 when Cadillac introduced a synchronized manual transmission. This significantly helped vehicles as it reduced gear grinding and made shifting smoother and easier. Stick shift was the only way to drive a vehicle around this time until the first automatic transmission vehicle appeared in 1948, which was called a Buick Dynaflow. Now, it's very important to learn how to drive stick shift vehicles because they can easily give a car 5 to 10 more miles per gallon if driven properly. If you add that up, you can save up to over about $1,000 a year just on gas. Well, now that you know a bit of the history of these vehicles, I will inform everyone how to properly drive a stick shift. Starting off, you have 3 foot pedals. The far left is the clutch, the middle is the brake, and the right pedal is your accelerator. Also, instead of your automatic shifter, there is a knob in the center that will either have 7 or 8 different shift positions, including neutral, which is the dead center, and reverse, which can be either in the front of the first gear or behind all of the gears. When starting the vehicle, you want the shifter in neutral, and you have to press down the clutch and brake at the same time. You can now turn the ignition of the vehicle on. Now you will shift the knob up to the first gear and slowly let off the clutch as you slowly press down the accelerator. The vehicle will begin to move, and you can take your foot off the clutch when the vehicle begins driving smoothly. To change gears, you will press down the clutch while simultaneously letting off the gas, then switch the gear to second and let off the clutch while pressing down the accelerator as smoothly as possible. When stopping the vehicle, you need to press down the clutch, put the shifter in neutral, and then you will be able to brake safely. The process may seem complicated, however, it is just as simple as driving automatic transmission. Well, at first, I had a hard time learning how to drive a stick shift starting off. I had to teach myself how to drive these after I got my job at the IP doing valet. Didn't look good on me at first whenever I brought down my first stick shift vehicle and stalled out twice in front of the owner of the car. So, after that, I was warned that if I had not learned to drive stick shift within a week, that I would be fired. So I made sure every vehicle that was stick shift that came through the line, I jumped in that thing and tried to learn how to do it. Well, it's definitely a skill that you have to practice to make perfect. Well, now, I've just informed everyone of the history and importance of a stick shift, how to properly drive one, and a brief statement of how I learned to drive stick shift. Remember, I worked valet at the IP Casino for almost 2 years, so I have driven stick shifts of all kinds. Hopefully now, if you didn't know how to drive a stick shift, this information will open your eyes and make you want to go out and learn how to drive one. Just don't jump in any random person's vehicle and try to drive it. That'd be kind of weird.